희생하고 있는 우리의 용맹한 전투원들에게 관중들은 열광적인 박수를 보내고 있습니다.
Это первый день твоей новой жизни. То, что было вчера, не имеет значения. То, кем ты был прежде, уже никого не волнует. Теперь важно то, кем ты будешь сегодня. Что ты знаешь о себе? На что ты способен? Вопросы могут остаться без ответов, но разве ты сможешь потом спокойно спать?
I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
Что-то доказать. Командир здесь только для того, чтобы ты мог увидеть в нем врага, потому что без врага нет боя.
I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish.
Лучше, чем он, вернуться назад победителем. Потому что завтра первый день твоей новой жизни.
赵亮，到！别动！到！
我们已经习惯得到。
王军，准备动员大会，现在开始。
一声道。
I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration. A woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences, suggesting that a question has been asked.
一声道。是一次重塑。
上公众路上各责任，精尽完善责任。
I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupied.
一声道。
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters that is out there. Salutations to all the brothers and few sisters out there. All praises once again to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. And to the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, Shalom. Alright, this is going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I was looking, I'm going to put the video together. As you can clearly see the comparisons between China, Russia, who are the two other mega powers on the planet right now. Alright, and how they have commercials of showing manliness, of showing to be warriors. Alright, they're showing themselves to be men of ancient ways of doing things. And on the flip side, you have America, Babylon the Great, which is showing PR to be sensitive. Alright, we're more concerned about women's rights and gender fluid, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Literally, what? If I'm saying it right, whatever. They're more concerned about gender and people's feelings and all sorts of other madness that's going on instead of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is Babylon the Great, America, that land is destined to be destroyed. All right, and this land is not ready at all for what the devastation that's about to take place. All right, and the scripture that got in mind was this particular scripture. Real quick, it says, Sirach 8:1. It says, strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hand. All right. So you're not supposed to strive with a mighty man, meaning somebody that's over you, somebody that's stronger than you. Okay? And right now, America is weak. The people of America are weak. The food makes people weak. In China, they have a policy where they don't show no emasculinity, all right? No effeminate on television. That's shunned. Okay? because the main scripture, it is, that says it all. And once you have that understanding of this particular scripture I'm about to get next, now you see why the Lord said what He says. Joel 3:9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war." So you see in China preparing for war, you see in Russia preparing for war. This whole Nancy Pelosi nonsense is more war. This now you want to get China involved, and China is ready. They already show videos of China's tanks. They're ready. They're ready for whatever, So they're preparing war. There was a time where it was just 3 mega powers, which was the U.S., Britain, and Russia, and then eventually became the U.S. and Russia. And then at one period of time, it was just the U.S. alone as the mega power. But now the Lord has done something. All right, done something extremely clever. He has given all these other nations their own nuclear capability. All right, so now is an arms race to see who is the mightiest out of all these nations. It says, "Wake up the mighty men." And the word "wake up" means to arouse. Okay, something that was asleep, and now it's arising to the occasion. Is arising to the threat. Okay, so you have China is arousing, you have Russia, you have India, you have Pakistan, you have North Korea. All right, all these nations that at one period of time was not mighty as the U.S. is now coming up in the ranks of mightiness, because the Lord is stirring up that spirit in them. Okay, and we have to remember our history. We got to remember world history. All these nations at one period of time was a mighty empire. In order for you to be a mighty empire, there was no pussyfooting. There was nobody that was concerned about people's gender or concerned about people's feelings. It was all straightforwardness. All right, war is a war world, man. We live in a world that's accustomed to war. So the Lord stirring up that mightiness in these men. Okay, so let every man of war draw near. Let him come up. So the people of war is drawing near. Luke, I believe it's 11 and slack. I had it. This is 12. Luke 12. No, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me just read it from here and get two of them. It says Luke 14 and 31. It says, "Or what king going to war against another king sitteth not down first and consult whether he be able to with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Or else, while another is yet greater, another yet a great way off, sendeth ambassador and desire condition of peace." So a king sits and have counsel to know if he's able to withstand another king's army. Does he have a sufficient enough warriors? Does he have enough money to pay his warriors? Okay, does he have enough weapons of war? These are all things that must be considered when you go to war. But the scripture says, "Strive not with a mighty man, least that shall fall into his hand." So right now, America is looking real bad. It's looking like it's gonna fall into the hands of its enemy because it's not prepared. Okay. The other one was, it was Luke 11. Luke 11 to the point 21. It says, Luke 11 and 21, it says, "When a strong man armed keepeth his palace, his goods are in peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he taketh from him all his armory wherein he trusts, and divide his spoils. So the stronger man is these other nations. You got two mega powers that's teaming up against the US and NATO. One country that the US is plans to go against, the USSR, already has more nuclear missiles than the US. Alright? Then you combine that with, I guess you would say, a 1 million man army or more for China. You looking real bad. Looking at outnumbered, outclassed. And now they're more concerned about what? Political agendas. Okay? They have women in their army that's pushing Sodomite and Gomorrite agendas. Okay? This place is looking weak. America's not prepared for what's to come, which that's what the Lord said. Isaiah 13 go to the point 9. It says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened and is going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine, which meaning the Lord's going to block out the sun. Literally, the moon and the sun is not going to shine in that day. The Lord's going to block it up. And the wisdom and knowledge that they have ain't going to help them. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay the haughtiness of the terrible. I'm going to jump down to the point. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which will not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So the Lord is stirring up the Medes. Alright? Who occupies that land of the Medes is Russia. Okay? The Lord's stirring them up. And stirring up, let me look up the word stir up. Same definition as wake up. Alright? It says a war to arouse oneself, awaken, incite. So we're seeing the incitement of Russia. We're seeing the incitement of Russia's allies, which is China, North Korea, because what you seen with those people with the cinder blocks hitting the stomach, that was North Korea, showing that they warriors are mightier than the U.S. warriors. Okay, while people is worried about political shit, the TikTok likes and all this other nonsense, these other nations are being aroused up. They're preparing for something big, while these people over here is not prepared for anything. All right. And it says, stir up, rouse, incite. And if you look up the strong definition of primary root, to wake, literally, figuratively. So the Lord has gotten them back in that mindset. All right. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, which is talking about those missiles. All right. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, which is America, the glory of kingdoms, the standard bearer. All right. The beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, which is the elites. All right. This is their beauty. This is their new world order. This is the land. This is the project. This is the new Atlantis. This is what they wanted to show forth, bringing everybody together and bringing this chaos, and out of that chaos they want to bring their new order, right? Shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So this great glorious kingdom looks like the scripture says in Joel. When the missiles are coming, roughly paraphrasing, I'm just going to quote it. It was like Eden. All right, Eden was what? Paradise. You got plenty of trees. They things that's goodly. People live deliciously, you know. But when those missiles are done, it shall be a desolation. All right. This is what's destined, and the Lord is stirring up all your adversaries. All right. Matter of fact, let me end it off on this particular scripture. It's bothering me so. Jeremiah 50, I believe I can start at 7. 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise a cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations." And we're seeing the assembly, the alliance, call them BRICS, you could call them whatever you want to call them. You're seeing these people stirred up, and they're coming together for one common cause, all right, to overthrow the U.S. It says, assemble of a great nation from the north country, which is what that north country is talking about, Russia. And they shall set themselves array against her. From thence shall she be taken. The arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. And those arrows talking about those ICBM nuclear missiles. America's not prepared for the shit that's about to hit the fan. All right, no matter how many pipe dreams it shows, is not prepared for the devastation that the Lord has. This is not a common thing. You have enemies abroad, enemies within, but the main enemy you have is in the heavens, and he's coming to destroy you. So with that being said, like I said, it was real quick. Long morning, brothers. Edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.